Hello there, welcome back to part 2 of this boss battle series. The best boss battle in the game, and I can't talk right now because cutscene.
Alright, Chicky, keep up now. We gonna fly. You ready? Now let's go to the depths of hell!
And yeah, I don't know where that came from. I mean, I understand that he, did I say Wild Silas appeared? I don't think I did. I apologize. Wild Silas appeared. Welcome back to part 2. Anyway, I don't know where the Elephant Rock theme came from. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be old school classic rock and roll. But I don't know what Elephant Rock is. I've never heard of it before in my life. And this is somebody who listens to Viking metal all the time. I don't know what's going on. Somebody help me. It's just... Look at that thing. Look, there's clearly an Elephant Rock theme going on despite him saying Elephant Rock. And I don't understand it. I don't understand. Somebody help me. But like I said before, this is the best boss battle in the game, in my opinion. And overall, I mean, look, there's some parts of it that's just weird. Like, if you look at her as she goes up sideways, she's still charging forward. There's no real sideways animation when it comes to this boss fight in particular. And so she looks kind of like she's like ice skating along towards the main villain here. And she just, I don't know, the game mechanics, other than like the animation and stuff like that, her control scheme actually works very well around this boss fight. And I mean, look, this is the one time when I actually think that the game is really pleasant, and it feels like her mechanics are perfectly in balance with the Elephant Rock guy over here. Unfortunately, I am stupid enough to take a whole bunch of hits without really considering anything in particular. But is there a cutscene after this? I think there might be. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and edit that, so that was awkward. And regardless of that, I really enjoy this one in particular. I mean, we got an Elvis, finally, Jesus, how long? We got a Viking metal, but no Elvis. We've got punk, but no Elvis. We needed an Elvis knockoff. I mean, I know he's not supposed to be a direct Elvis knockoff, but he works for me. He works for me very well, because I grew up, the only good music that I grew up on was classic rock and roll, which was like a whole bunch of Queen, a whole bunch of Beatles. That was the only good music I had, but cuts.
This is the essence of Elephant Rock.
Once again, what the bloody hell is Elephant Rock? Please, somebody leave a comment telling me what Elephant Rock is. I don't understand it. What do elephants have to do with music? I mean, Vikings, they said music, but elephants, they have horns in the trunks, and that's not even an elephant on the front of his car, motorcycle thing. It looks more like a mammoth, if anything. I don't know, maybe it's the horns that gives that feel. Last time I checked, most elephants didn't have that kind of horn on them. I'm just saying, don't mean to be technical here. Oh, but yeah, favorite boss fight, and I honestly, I wouldn't go through that huge fucking level before this just to get to this one, but it is a really nice boss fight, and the only one that I consider really memorable in any real way. But there'll be a cutscene soon. And yeah, that, did I say soon? I meant right then and there. And that's what I like about this boss fight, is that there are so many levels of the fight, and that in particular I enjoy about it. The other bosses, they just only had like 1 or 2 levels. Now, give or take some. In some cases, that works for certain bosses, but I don't know. The other ones in this game, I don't remember in particular. It just wasn't as thrilling as a boss that seems to get cooler and cooler the more you rip at it. The others just seem to sort of fall apart, I guess. I mean, I know that isn't really the case, but that's how it felt. But cutscene.
Yeah!
And welcome back. And look at this guy. Is it just me, or does he envelop more flames? The more I chip into him, the more I destroy him, the more flames come out of his spike, and that's just a beautiful aesthetic to this boss. I mean, let's see any of the other bosses do that sort of thing. They won't, cause they're lame. This guy's where the ticket's at. This guy's where good stuff is at, and I enjoy him. I love it. Also, shortest cutscenes ever throughout this entire boss fight. And also, his game mechanics, they don't exactly drastically change throughout the boss fight, but they change at just the right amount of change that you don't have to adopt an entirely new formula, but you do have to switch up your gameplay style when it comes to facing down this guy. Once again, because I'm a terrible gamer, I take too many hits as I could have. But what can you do? I don't feel like re-recording the entire goddamn level for this guy. Every individual level. I realize now what one problem is with Lollipop Chainsaw essentially being a beat 'em up, quote unquote beat 'em up, or quote unquote hack and slash. And that is that the only real variety is in the occasional boss / mini boss fight. And even a lot of the mini boss fights are just one extra beefed up zombie, and that doesn't, I don't really consider that a mini boss. I just consider that a more difficult enemy, and that isn't, in my opinion, that isn't very good game design. And we are coming to a close on this boss fight, ladies and gentlemen, my wildebeests. I don't know what to name my fan base. If I have a fan base, God knows I don't. But there's gonna be no achievement, as I said before, because it's a re-record. I apologize, but stay wild.
Woo! Whole lot of shaking going on.
Meos vita rege, proliferio coelto.
Your turn, you whiny MySpace-haired jerk!
Fantastic work, Juliet. You've done everything just as I hoped you would, start to finish. Thanks for your cooperation. Now the real deal is fulfilled.
What? What are you talking about?
You incredibly hot idiot. I told you, for the gates of hell to open, a ritual must be enacted. And you were part of it all along. I set this whole thing up, you fools! Now the ceremony has been completed. A pawn, you, had to sacrifice 5 pre-selected zombies, and they must utter the sacred words at the point of their deaths. Meus vita rege pro nefario coepto.
Why? Why are you doing all of this?
Because you're just like everyone else! You pretended to be different, but you're not!
What? Me?
Yes, Juliet, you! Bitch! This is the end. The real end to everything. This school, this world, deserves to be destroyed. It rejected me. It ridiculed me. So I'll make this rotten world even more rotten. Rot away. Rot away. Rot. 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 So fuck all of you. Your eternal screams of horror will be my pop music.
Gates are open. It's the zombie of zombies, Killabilly.
Yesterday, I stubbed my toe. I was like, this is the worst day ever. Yeah, not quite.